Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League's Dungeon Bowl. We're in week number 3. We're going to finish up the week tonight with a doubleheader and even a little more than that. We're going to get started first with Subductisupercilicarptors versus the Harlequins, B.B.F.C, Berserker Tempest versus B.B. Nut. Underworld versus Undead tonight. It's going to be a very interesting matchup. It's going to be Adge versus what I think will be a bash type team in this matchup. We'll take a look at the standings first before we get into these two teams' rosters. Berserker Tempest, thank you so much for the bits. In Division A, I cannot hear the game. Hold on. There we go. I had some stability issues. Not personal stability. I had some computer stability issues minutes before I had to start the stream. Anyway, in Division A, currently in first place, our S Beavers, the Dead Poets. They're an undead team. 2-1-0 is their record. In second place, league champion Doug the Minotaur. His White Skull Windbreakers are an orc team. They are 1-2-0. In Division B, that's where we're going to start this evening. In first place is JD Whitey's Force of Flame, a What Else team. 2-0 is their record here in week 3, with Rodentia, the Skaven team coached by Spire, in second place. 1-2-0 is their record. Thank you very much for the bits, Berserker Tempest, taking over the stream. The Harlequins and Subductisupercilicarptors are here in Division B. They'll be up tonight first. And then in Division C is where we're going to have our second game of our doubleheader. Currently in first place, Ian, Street Fighter Turbo Max, a Chaos Renegade team. 1-2-0 is their record. In second place, Tizzle Bizzle's Tizorc Savage Boys. They're an orc team. They are also 1-2-0. Let's take a look at the home team first, shall we? It's Subductisupercilicarptors. They're an underworld team. They're coming in a TV of 985,000 gold. They have 10 players on the roster. Meryl Streakus will be out with an injury this week. They have the Rat Ogre. They have a Snotling. They have a Gutter Runner. They have a Thrower. They have a Blitzer. They have a bunch of Skaven and a bunch of Gobos, 1 Apothecary, 1 Dedicated Fan, 3 rerolls. Are going to be up against this Undead team this evening. The Harlequins B.B.F.C, coached by B.B. Nut, coming in a TV of 1,185,000 gold. That's 160,000 gold in petty cash that will be going back to Subductisupercilicarptors for the inducement phase. 12 players on this Undead roster. 3 Ghoul Runners, 2 Mummies, 2 Blitzers, and a bunch of Zombos. 5 Dedicated Fans, 3 rerolls. How are the two teams going to play tonight? Let's take a look at the away team first. This Undead team. They have those 2 Mummies. 1 has picked up guard. You can bet Joe Marler is working on guard as well. He's got 3 of those Ghoul Runners. They are MA7. These are your speedy players. I imagine Tyron Green here, the number 3 player, probably picking up Sneaky Get at some point as soon as they get the SPP for it. That'll be a fast Fowler as well. Has a kicker in Marcus Smith. Has those Blitzers that have the block seal. 2 of the Zombies have the block seal as well. Of course, the Mummies have Mighty Blow with that strength of 5. Very, very solid roster. It has the speed and the Ghoul Runners. Has a lot of bash with the block skills, with guard, with Mighty Blow. He's going to play the bashy game tonight. He's going to go up against this this frail Underworld team, and he's going to start to try to put the hurt on right from turn 1. He's going to attempt to block players down, break armor, get that player advantage. That's how he's going to win tonight. On offense, he's going to keep caged up. Not really a passing team. It's a very much a running team. He'll keep these players caged up. He'll try to open up a hole those Ghoul Runners can take off. He will have to watch out for the Gutter Runner with the MA of 9. He will be in the secondary for sure. But really, it's all about opening up that hole, getting that player advantage, moving the players down pitch, keeping them secure for a turn, and then the Ghoul Runner shoots in to score. With 3 rerolls, that's where he wants to be. He's going to be up against Subductisupercilicarptors, that is an Underworld team. Berserker Tempest kind of on the back foot here, and that is because of the mid-season rule change to this team. It used to be that the Snotlings had swarming, meaning he could start with more than 11 players on the pitch. He could start with up to 14 players on the pitch. That can't happen anymore. Swarming no longer a thing. So now Berserker Tempest finds himself with this team that had a plan at the beginning of the season, and that plan was shot down due to a rules change. He's had to find a way to pivot to make it happen. And so far, I think so good. It's just very, very difficult to go into a season with a plan and then have the rules change from out and underneath your feet. And then suddenly you're left with this team and it doesn't do what you've been getting it out to do. He does have the big guy in that Rat Ogre. The Rat Ogre is a fantastic big guy. Has Frenzy and Mighty Blow. That means he's getting a +1 on the armor or the injury roll. He's getting probably 4 to 6 block dice. That's really, really, really great. He has Break Tackle in this player as well that'll allow him to use his strength rather than his agility to dodge. Well, if his strength is 4 or less, he gets +1. Otherwise, it's a +2. Very solid skill, I think, to pick up on these on a lower edge player. 4+ is just over on the low side, right? That's a 50-50. He does have just one of the Snotlings. Normally, he'd have a whole bunch of the Snotlings. He has a bunch of Gobos instead that have replaced the Snotlings. These will be the players that are harassment players. They're going in for the fouls. They're going in for the assists. They have an MA of 6. They are stunty. They have dodge. They can dodge through feet and get to where they need to be fairly easily. The number 11 Gutter Runner here, one of the, if not the stars of the show. I think the Rat Ogre and this Gutter Runner are the players to watch out for. This is a Blodger Gutter Runner. He picked up block. That is an excellent skill to pick up on this player. MA9 has dodge, now has block. Only the Pal's going to knock him down on a block. He has an MA of 9. He can move up to 11 spaces in a turn, and it's going to be very hard to knock this player down. He is a strength of 2, so it's easy to get the 2 dice, maybe even the 3 dice on this player. And Berserker Tough is going to have to watch out for that, because if this player gets knocked down, if this Gutter Runner gets knocked down, you can almost bet that there is going to be a foul coming up to try to remove that Gutter Runner from the pitch. One of the Clan Rats has the block skill, one of the Blitzers comes with the block skill, and then of course the Thrower that has Throw. He picked up Leader as well, and he has Sure Hands, so he does have a passing game. In the game of Blood Bowl, you don't want to rely on passing, but when it's an option, that really opens up your offense. It makes it very easy to score. He has a lot of speed on this team. He can throw it. He can also run it. It might be tough to stop him unless his players start to get removed. Look at this. It's AV 8+ almost across the board. That is on the frail side. Again, BB Nut's going to be leaning into that, trying to get that player advantage, trying to remove these players from the pitch. And if he can do it early enough, Subductus is going to have a real tough time in this game. Subductus is really going to have to think about carefully who's going on the line and taking those hits and who is staying away, right? I imagine on offense, maybe even on defense, we'll see some of these blitzers in either in the halfback position on offense or maybe as a linebacker on defense, just so they can go in, get that block, push a player away, and keep those linemen safe for another turn. Definitely on paper, I think this goes to Undead. It's a real uphill battle for this roster, not just in this matchup, but because of that rules change. We'll see what Subductus can do with it. With 160k, I think that's a wizard. He'll pick up a wizard. He has the 3 rerolls he wants. We'll see if we'll see if Tempest can pivot here. But again, it's a rough situation to be in when you had a plan and the rules change, and now you just can't do that plan anymore. So the Harlequins on offense to start the game. They've got a stun on the right defensive end. Got a push in the left wide zone. Ball caged up with Wilco by Wilco Low. the number 11 Zombo. He's on the Undead 4-yard line right now. No wizard in play. What did he pick up with 160k? Or maybe the Harlequins dumped some TV right before the game. Two-die blitz to get things started in the left wide zone. This is a both standing result. He's going to spend one of these rerolls here in turn 1 to get the knockdown. Breaks armor. Gets a stun. Plenty of movement left with the blitzer. Old Gamer Mike says bribe. Thank you. Oh, there it is right there. Thank you very much. 100k picked up a bribe. So that suggests he's going to try to get in on the fouling game and not have a definite player advantage, or a player disadvantage, I should say. Knows that the Undead team's going to come in trying to remove players. Picked up the bribe. He'll try to remove some players himself. It looks like he's setting up for the foul here in the left wide zone. Currently has 5 players on the assist. If he takes the foul on James Chisholm, that's going to be a 4+ to break armor. Very easy to do. But remember, if you roll doubles at all on that foul, you will get called off the pitch. That's what the bribe's there for. Fails the animals. Replays, of course. Welcome to the stream. Praying to Nuffle. So the Rat Ogre with that animal savagery. Yeah, there's the foul. Gets sun out of it, but does not get called off. Animal savagery says if you fail the roll, so long as you have a friendly team, so long as you have a teammate next to you, you can beat up on them and still take your action. Often with these big guys, when they fail their negatrait roll, they're done. But the Rat Ogre's not done. So the Rat Ogre are a very strong piece with Frenzy, Mighty Blow. But when they fail that roll, you know, they're very strong against opponents, but they're strong against your own people as well. So you can start to lose people fairly quickly if you get unlucky. Still, I think it's worth it. I think the fact that they're guaranteed to move so long as you have a teammate next to them makes them very, very strong. Blitz by Andre Esterhazen, the number 7 blitzer, will get the knockdown on the thrower, going after these high-dollar pieces. Defense all the way over on the left side here. So now the Harlequins are going to carve out all this pitch. So yeah, you can see the Harlequins spreading out wide, carving out all of this pitch, trying to control it. Here's where the cage is. They have all of this space. They have all of this space. Replays, of course, as an injury is an injury, right? An injury is an injury. Starting off the drive with a foul. Gets a KO here. Well done. I think this is the right call by Tempest, going after these fouls. Got the removal. So now 1-man player advantage for the Harlequins. I'll give her Mike says, I don't think you get SPP from something. I think that's injury. But if that's the case, correct. You don't get SPP from fouling unless there's a particular prayer to Nuffle that's in play, then you do. But in terms of the game strategy, it'll should be able to keep the player advantage in check. 2-die blitz now by the Rat Ogre. Gets a push. Frenzy follow-up and get another push out of this. Doesn't have the block skill on the Rat Ogre. Oh, friendly injury. Yeah, no. Yeah, you certainly don't get it on fouls either. Defense moving back. Got to push on Joe Gray. Try to push him out of position, but really giving up this right wide zone. So there's a number of players around Joe Gray, but won't be able to get the knockdown. The blitz has already been spent. You can only blitz once a turn. Tries to dodge a gobbo away. Determining whether to use shadowing or not. Who has shadowing? Danny Kerr has shadowing. Another 3+ dodge succeeds. So 2 dodges by the Goblin to take a mark on the ball carrier now on turn 3 for the Harlequins. It is always good to see injuries. I agree. Mummy's moving in to mark this entire defense. So the problem with the defense being all grouped up here, right? You have a defensive player here, you have a defensive player here, and here, and so on. All these offensive players are going to take marks. I got my X's and O's backwards, but all these, they're going to take marks, and they're going to tie up the entire defense, leaving this contingent free to do whatever they want. They can dance into the end zone if they wish. Tempest employing a strategy that I think you saw from Underworld prior to the nerf, where I think a number of Underworld coaches didn't even care about the ball for the first quarter or so. They with swarming, they were able to just get players in, control enough of the pitch where the ball doesn't totally get away from them. They get in on the pitch. Foul on the Rat Ogre is a stun. Good stun here by Danny Kerr, the number 1 ghoul runner. And they played murder ball. They would foul all day long and try to just remove pieces from the pitch. And then only once the second quarter begins, or maybe the last handful, 2 or 3 turns, I'd say, they'd go after the ball. It's not quite that effective now without swarming. Right? You only have 11 pieces on the pitch. Two-die blitz against Joe Gray by the number 15 blitzer. Gets a knockdown, but no armor break. Coming up at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, that's UTC -4. We're going to have Teen Wolf and Friends versus Juxtaposed Juggernauts. That's Necro versus Chaos Renegades. That will be in about 3 hours from now. We're not going to cut the stream between. Once this game is over, I think what we'll do is we'll kick over to one of my games this season. And we'll watch a replay of one of my games, and then we'll kick into that second game of our doubleheader today. One die block on Joe Marchant. Gets a knockdown here. Can he get the 9+? He can get the 9+. Gets a stun. Two die block on Joe Marler. Spends another reroll. Gets a knockdown on the mummy. Always good to knock down these mummies with an MA of 3. They have to spend their entire MA just to stand back up. If they wanted the blitz, it would actually be a rush. And now the foul. Gets nothing out of the foul, but the ref saw nothing. Had 2 assists on the foul. One here, one here. And a failed dodge by the number 8 Goblin will be a turnover. Turn 4 now for the Harlequins. Harlequins with a solid wall. They are controlling half the pitch now. Gets a push on the blitz. Andre Esterhazen on the blitz. Pushing that defense back. Filling in the wall here. Got an assist for a potential foul on the Rat Ogre. Cage is up on the opposing 10. Here's the foul. Got a KO and did not get called off the pitch. Well done. One of the 2 key pieces we talked about in the pregame off the pitch now. Gutter Runner is the other one here, number 11. Final turn of the first quarter coming up. Subductisupercilicarptors on defense. They have 2 rerolls left for the half. Still hanging onto their bribe. Haven't needed to use it yet. I really need more refs on the pitch. This guy, how's he going to see anything all the way over here? Is there another ref? There isn't, is there? Nope, just that guy. Subductus with 1 minute 14 seconds left on the clock here in the first quarter, trying to figure out what they're going to do. They have a number of free players. They can try to reset in front of this cage. Problem is these ghoul runners are so fast that they can get really almost anywhere. So if you don't have the defense in position already, it can be a little difficult, a little tricky, I should say, to reset the defense. So 7 spaces is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, look at all this space they can cover. That's 1 ghoul runner before rushing. Number 11 gutter runner in the safety position currently. One of the 2 most important pieces on the pitch for Subductisupercilicarptors, in my opinion. Three-day block by Alex Dombrandt. Gets a push. Wow! Quad skulls on the second mummy block, and that is a turnover. Nuffle being kind to the Subductisupercilicarptors. Rolled skulls on the mummy, no problem. Spends a reroll. Uh-oh, that's a problem. Quad Skull's going to end the turn early for the Harlequins. 1 turn left for Subductus. They have a bit of an opportunity now, but a decision to make. Are they going to continue to apply pressure, or are they going to reset the defense? I think it's prudent to reset the defense here. They have an opportunity to get back in front of this ball, try to stop the score, but that means they're going to have to play sort of standard Blood Bowl, and they'll have to kind of ease up on the killing a bit. Doesn't mean they can't foul, but they'd probably have to foul somebody more down pitch to keep their formation intact. But they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try to stop this cage right here with tackle zones. Going to rely on Nuffle to make sure these players stay on their feet and stay in position. Goblins each with a strength of 2. It's an automatic 2-die without an assist against them. Good dodge away from the mummy by the number 12 Clan Rat. Now here's the blitz on the ball carrier. 1-die blitz. Works out through the block skill. Well done by Berserker Tempest. That ball is going to bounce out to the 10-yard line. And now a scrum's going to form around this ball. Unless he's feeling cheeky and he gets this gutter runner in there. It's a -3 though. He is going to try it. He is going to try it. Needs a 5+. Tried to pick the ball up with the gutter runner. That ball's going to bounce out into a more favorable position for the Harlequins. This was in a pretty good spot for the defense. I think they would have been okay with just keeping the ball here and forming up this scrum and start fighting for the ball. Was probably a little worried about all the strength 2 he has in the scrum. Knockdown on the gutter runner. Armor break now on. The Goblin gets a stun out of this. 2-die block on the number 12 Clan Rat to the left side of the scrum here. Another armor break. And a KO. Another removal. Well done. That's a 3-man player advantage now for the Harlequins. Powell, number 15. Another armor break. Gets a stun. Three-die block in the left wide zone will be a push against Ooga Booga Dale. 2-die block against number 8 over in the right wide zone now will be a push. Now a foul on that gutter runner. We talked about that in the pregame as well. Had just 1 assist here, but wanted to get that other important player off the pitch. Didn't get anything out of it, but did not get called off. Turn 6 now for Subductisupercilicarptors. Fast first half so far. Neither coach dipping into their bonus time. Ball currently on Subductus's 6-yard line. Played a very aggressive defense, and so far they've stopped the ball, but the ball is in Well, it's on their half of the pitch, but I would argue it's in Harlequin territory. Three-plus dodge by the gutter runner. Crazy gutter runner! Oh! Crazy gutter runner dice finally fails the 5+ dodge. Tried to go after this ball. He has a laser focus on the ball. A number of dodges here. Finally fails the 5+. Thankfully, that gutter runner stays alive, but I imagine he's going to be fouled again. Joe Marchant marching over to the right behind the ball. Now here's the 3+ pickup. Works out in the hands now of Andre Esterhazen, trying to get some SPP on the blitzer. Black Wolf 82, welcome to the stream, cheering for the offense. Once this Underworld team score a touchdown, both down result in the right wide zone, or I'm sorry, wrestle down in the right wide zone. Here's that foul on the Clan Rat this time. Got an injury out of it. Well done. And again, the ref sees nothing. Oppo's going to be spent on the Clan Rat. Interesting choice. Oh, it wasn't the Clan Rat. All right, it was the gutter runner. I was like, this is a very strange foul and a strange use of the apothecary. But no, it's not. Good foul on the gutter runner here. Remove that gutter runner permanently from the game. Serious injury after the foul. Very, very well done. That's both big pieces off the pitch for this Underworld team. And now Subductus has their work cut out for them here in turn 7. They've lost their gutter runner. They've lost their rat ogre. They're down a number of players. 5 players off the pitch. That leaves 6 remaining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Lots of dodges by number 7 to stand up and mark Scott Baldwin. The journeyman, number 13, stands up. No blitz declared, though. Here's the blitz. 1-die blitz on Wilco Lowe. Has no rerolls remaining. That is going to be a skull and a turnover. Turn 8 now for the Harlequins. They have 2 rerolls remaining. They'll probably take some blocks before scoring. 3 SPP will be going to Andre Esterhazen, provided the dice behave. 3-die block. Gets a knockdown here. Breaks armor. Another removal. My goodness. 5 players left on the pitch for Subductus. Look at the roll. 3 knockouts here at the end of this turn, provided the Harlequins score. Here's the blitz. He's not going to risk a foul this time. He wants that TD. Gets a push on the blitz. Here's the score, 1-0. The Harlequins take the lead. Very well done. Okay, Mike, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the bits. Just 1 KO comes back. It's not the Rat Ogre, but that's okay because there's only 1 turn left in the half, which means Berserker Tentacles will get to re-roll those KOs for the second half. Harlequins to set up their defense. They'll pull everybody back to screen out the end zone. They'll put 3 on the line. And then Subductus will set up their offense. Three rookie linemen on the line. BB Net says, go ahead, beat them up. That's what they're there for. Here's the kick. It's a high kick. Subductus will not be able to score here, but they might be able to get some SVP. Just calls it a half there, so caught the ball, no action on that final turn. Giving up the opportunity to get some player advantage, to get some SPP. Turn 9 now. The Subductus finally getting back their KOs. Everybody who was KO'd coming back on the pitch. They'll have 8. They'll be in a 3-man player deficit. They get back their rerolls. We are just 22 minutes into this game, and we are in the second half. We might have to watch 2 of my games. I am so sorry. My chat has frozen up. I didn't even realize people were talking. I apologize. Let me move you over to this screen so I can see you. Old Gamer Mike says, so 11 on 6. I assume that was before the half. Again, I apologize. My view of the chat is frozen. There we go. Changing weather on the kick, but the weather's going to remain the same. Ball kicked to the 20-yard line. With the defense setting up in this sort of offset M formation. They're giving up these sidelines. Subductus setting up in an I formation. Shifted, pulled over to the right side here. 2-die blitz with the Rat Ogre to start with. They'll get a knockdown here. 8+ will break armor. No armor break has to follow up to Frenzy. Now the ball pickup. 3+ pickup works out. Gets the ball in the hands of the thrower. 2 rushes. Wow. Wow. 2 rushes to a pass to the number 15 blitzer. So now it gets the ball all the way up to the 2. Is he going to take off? If he takes off, it means he's going to try to score early, but that's going to give plenty of time for the Harlequins to try to recover and win this game 2-1. Often what you'll see for a more fragile but speedier team like this, or a more agile, fast team, is they'll pull back first. They'll engage down here. That's a good way to stall without losing players. Then they can leverage their speed to move forward. He only has the one, well, he only had the one gutter runner. So really, that's not terribly viable with 3 of these ghouls. Wait, is it 2 ghouls? Two ghouls. He had a roster of 12. Old Gamer Mike says the dice are nasty. At times I had 6 more KOs on me. So it goes. So it goes. Alright, so he's going to play it cautious here. He's going to cage up on the 4. The opposing 4-yard line, I should say. Turn 9 now for the Harlequins. Dipped into bonus time a little bit there. Subductus with 4 rerolls for the game. Harlequins now in their first turn of the half. They're going to try to shut this offense down by shifting over to the right. So you can see they're taking the marks on the front. They'll take these blocks. They'll start to move players in here. And they'll try to keep this offense contained. And then they'll leverage their skills and their strength against these strength 2 players. And start getting on this ball and trying to recover it. Fails a rush, spends a reroll. Wanted to take a mark on that number 12 player to get the assist. 2 die block is only going to be a push. Harlequins down to 2 rerolls. Here's the foul on the Rat Ogre once more. 3 assists on this foul. That's all he needed. I think it was actually 2 assists. But he got it. Rat Ogre removed once more. And again, the ref not paying attention. Gets a stun on number 2 Goblin. Turn 10 now for the for Subductus. 4-man player advantage for the Harlequins now. See this formation. This is exactly what we're talking about. Look at where the defense is. Here, here, here. So if we trace out these tackle zones, we've got them here, right? We've got them here. We've got them here, right? He's controlling all of this pitch, and this offense has nowhere to go. They're stopped. So really the best they can do is maybe retreat and regroup. Old Gamer Mike says next week is starting tomorrow. That is correct. The new weeks start, generally speaking, after the previous week ends, barring circumstance. But yeah, once the week ends, the next week will begin. Another 5+. Doesn't work out. Tried to dodge this blitzer. 5+ dodge doesn't work out. That's a turnover. Turn 10 now for the Harlequins. Ball's going to end up on the 2-yard line. 2 die block now. Lots of blocks to take for the Harlequins. Try to increase this player advantage. I wouldn't be surprised if the Harlequins, once they get this ball, they just dump that ball in the end zone. Or I shouldn't say dump the ball, but move that ball into the end zone, score quickly, and try to get another touchdown out of this game. Again, Tempest put in a real tough spot in this matchup with the rule change. I don't think it was a bad rule change, but it is really unfortunate when you have a list or a team that works one way and then suddenly it doesn't work that way anymore. But I do think it was a necessary change of the rules. 2 die blitz gets a pal on the Gobbo, gets no break. Here's the 3+ pickup that works out. And again, Andre Esterhazen is going to recover the ball, get it right to center field. Another foul with the Ghoul. This is the dirty player, Danny Kerr. There he is, a dirty player, a dirt ball. Dirty player is Mighty Blow for fouling. He'll get a +1 to the armor injury roll, whichever he'll need it for. Turn 11 now for Subductus. They have 2 rerolls left for the game. I will say, when I played X-Wing, another dodge. Going for the 6+ dodge. It's not going to work out. He's going to KO himself. So that's going to be another player off the pitch. 5-man player advantage for the Harlequins now. Yeah, they'll casually move this ball 6 spaces. There it is. Andre Esterhazen on the opposing 12-yard line. When I played X-Wing, I would pick a list that was kind of broken, and then the rules would change, or the meta would change, right? They'd issue new cards or whatever, and then I'd just do a different list. I wasn't really good enough to make good use out of the broken lists, but there was one list that was another removal. Another removal. 6-man player advantage. 5 players left on the pitch here for Subductus. I had a 4 A-wing list, which A-wings were not good, but I swore by them, and I love them. It was probably my favorite list. Not a good list, but it's kind of lots of dodges. Oh no, he's injuring his team. No, taking these willy-nilly dodges, and now that's an injury on a goblin. That'll be a turnover. 4 players left on the pitch for Subductus. Hank the Ranger, welcome to the stream. But yeah, you know, like my 4 A-wing list, that's like playing goblins or something, or playing halflings, playing a stunty team. That's another removal. We're 8 players off the pitch now. 3 players left on the pitch for Subductus. Yeah, the TIE Defender was great. I had a double TIE Defender list that was ridiculous. They would just fly back and forth. Because they had a white 4 I'm gonna call it a U-turn. I can't remember what the name of the maneuver was, but you know, the 180-degree turn. It was white, so you could just do it for days. Yeah, there's that early score we talked about. He's gonna try to get more SPP out of this. 2-0 now. The score. Harlequins in the lead. Harlequins to reset their defense. 11 on the line. Did all the KOs come back? Wow, Nuffle is kind. 7 players on the pitch now for Subductus. The thrower back to receive, of course. Maybe that says the ref is my best player. Oh, he picked up 2 kegs. That's where the rest of the rest of the money went. Thank you, Moob. All right, touch back on the kick. The ball's going to be put in the heads of the number 15 blitzer over in the left line zone. Dude, I blitz gets a push. They got a frenzy follow-up out of this time. 7+. We'll break. Yeah, you go. Got rid of that. How dare you foul me all game long? Do you know who I am? I am an ogre, a rat ogre. One minute left in the turn here. 4th quarter, by the way. We're in the final quarter of this game. Two rushes with the ball carrier. Now the ball's on the opposing 14-yard line in the left wide zone. Nobody's going to protect him unless he gets through a couple of dodges. Cobblestorm PB, welcome to the stream. What on earth is this guy? Is he Slan? What is that? Hank the Ranger graciously lowering the rush failure rate from 900% to 99%. Subductus back on the bonus clock now. They just let the clock run out. All right. Turn 13 for the Harlequins. Two die block on the number 2 Goblin. Got a POW out of this. 8+ breaks armor, no armor break. 2 die block. They'll re-roll this after rolling 2 both downs. Now it gets a POW on the number 13 Skaven player, no armor break. Joe Marler on the rush. Takes a mark on the number 9 Gabo. On the POW, can he get a 7+? He can. That's an armor break. Well done. Now the foul on the ball carrier. Or I'm sorry, the blitz on the ball carrier. 2 die blitz gets a POW. I just realized you can see the die roll before the dice finish rolling. Gets KO on the ball carrier. Well done. The ball's going to bounce to the 10. Harlequins are going to try to score again. Five-man player advantage for the Harlequins. 2 die block gets a knockdown here. That's a 6-man player advantage. Turn 14 for Subductus down to 1. Reroll for the game. 5+ dodge by the Rat Ogre. He's just clicking buttons now. So, did he spend the reroll? Looks like he spent the reroll. Spent the reroll, failed the loner roll. So that'll be a turnover. Turn 14 for the Harlequins now. Harlequins with 2 assists on the foul on number 13. 3 assists now. It's going to take it, probably take it on the Rat Ogre. Well, I guess you probably... This doesn't really matter. Three plus pickup fails the pickup with no reroll here in turn 14. Needs to get this ball in scoring position on turn 15. Subductus now on their penultimate turn. They just want to get through these last 2 turns without losing players. Stand up blitz by the Rat Ogre gets a push out of this. 2 die frenzy follow up gets the POW on Scott Baldwin. Gonna get an 8+. Can't get it. Still has some movement left with the Rat Ogre though. Could try to rush him and mark these 2 players. Nope, it's going to keep him in place. Stands up the player at center pitch so he doesn't get fouled. I'll have to get through a block roll first. Going to try to pick this ball up. It fails the dodge. Turn 15 now for the Harlequins. So, Andre Esterhazen probably getting the ball again. Is this going to be 3 touchdowns for the blitzer? Going for the blitz on the Rat Ogre. Gets the knockdown here. Took the block first before going after the ball. No rerolls left for the Harlequins. It's going to go for the block on number 13. BB Nut is out for vengeance. What? Is there bad blood here? Gets a pal on the 3-9 block. Stop, he's already dead. Rush handoff to Andre Esterhazen. That works out. There he goes. He's going to get another touchdown out of this more than likely. Parks the ball carrier on the left sideline there. Gets another removal. 7 players off the pitch in this half. I think if he wants to stop the score, it's 2 rushes with this game and throw, but I don't think he wants to throw his... he wants his thrower in harm's way. Oh, he killed himself. Oh, all right. Tried to run the thrower. Failed to dodge. Final turn of this game. Andre Esterhazen is going to walk the ball in, and the Harlequins are going to win this 3-0. Wow. Subductus. Oh, brutal game. Again, hard to pivot with a team that changes so dramatically in the middle of a season, but just an absolute commanding game by the Harlequins here. They're gonna come out on top 3-0. That's gonna very much help them in the standings. BB says, sorry, now I see Skaven and my blood boils. And that's going to jump the Harlequins all the way up into 2nd place in Division B. They are 2-0-1 with a TD diff of 0, but that's fine. They have 5 TDs under their belt, second only to Rodentia, and Rodentia's a Skaven team. All right, well, that game was very fast. So let's see what I got on tap before our next game begins. Let's see. See, that's an hour 20. That would be 8 o'clock. And what do we have here? All right, here's what we're going to do, I think. Since we have 2 games that are spaced pretty far apart, I don't want to end the stream. So I think what I'll do is I will stream 1.5. So I've played 2 games. I don't play my games on stream, generally speaking. But I do record them so I can watch them after the fact and kind of try to learn how to be a better player. So I will stream my week 1. I have a bye this week. I'll stream my week 1 game, and then we'll get about halfway through my week 2 game, and then we'll kick over to our second game tonight, our final game of week 3. Again, that's going to be Team Wolf and Friends versus Juxtaposed Juggernauts. That's Necro versus Chaos Renegades. That'll be a fun one to watch. But my first game, my week 1 game, was against Teen Wolf and Friends, so they'll have double billing. So, oh, let me see. Yeah, we'll see 2 of their games tonight. Eric Lionheart, welcome to the stream. So let me set that up real quick, and then we'll hop over to that and we'll watch that while we wait for this second game. So give me just a minute.